May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Nut Show. Your host Superman in the house, and we're going to have another quick show today. We're going to talk about the top projects launching on Pulsechain that are coming up, both this year and probably into the new year. So hopefully it's a bit of fun and a bit of catch up for people wondering what's going on. Obviously there'll be other projects that I won't mention that are secretly being progressed, but these are the ones that are pretty public or at least got some insights into. So let's go. We've got Hexcavator in the house there, nice and early. Be in first. That's the way to go. Hey, gang, good to see Hexcavator. Hope you're enjoying it. Well, it's still the weekend in the United States, of course, but in New Zealand, it's a Monday. It's 11:37 in the morning, 15th of December. We're halfway through December. No Christmas rally yet, but fingers crossed we can get a bit of a late move. Still feeling extremely bullish for January and February, at least after January the 10th and February. So we'll keep a lookout for that. That's when Tom Lee and Raoul Paul are bullish as well, thinking that if we get a record high move in the Bitcoin, then of course the 4-year cycle is dead. That's the kind of position there. We got the show. Don't forget to share the show around on X as well. Hit the repost button if you're watching on X. That really helps a lot. And if you're not subscribed on YouTube, smash the subscribe button. And if you're not following on X, smash the follow button. So really cool. Seen some nice little growth numbers there recently. So I really do appreciate the support. Share them around if you can. And of course, the only large channel in the Pulsechain community doing daily shows. So throw the support in there if you want people to get regular content. It's kind of cool. And the only one covering everything, pretty much. That's kind of cool too. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the news. Well, we haven't got no stock market news, of course, but we're going to get into the crypto markets and see where we are right there. So let's check that out. So at the moment, we've got the total crypto market at 3.12 trillion, down 1.5% on the lazy weekend, as you say. So typically, Sunday is kind of a flat or down day, typically, and that's definitely down today. Bitcoin at the moment is broken below $90,000, which is not the most fun, but still trying to find their footing. We're at $88,181, down 2.2%. Ethereum at the moment still holding over 3,000, so it's kind of decent. And remember, that was the best performer up to yesterday for the week. That's down 1.6% at the moment at $3,062. Of course, Tom Lee is still buying up, eating up all the Ethereum as he can, and he's loving these prices. Still got quite a bit of way to go to get to 6 million tokens. What do we got there? We got BNB at the moment at number 4, down 2% at $877. XRP at number 5, down 1.7%, just breaking the $2 mark at $1.99. We got Solana at the moment, number 7, down 2.1%, just broken $130. And we got Tron there at number 9, up 2.1%. So Tron there was down yesterday, up today 27.7 cents. Let's say. Number 10 is Doge, down 3.8% at 13.4 cents. So the biggest loser there is the Doge. The best performer is Tron for the 24-hour period over the last week. The best performer is, it's probably still Ethereum, only down 1.7%, but everything else is down. So that's kind of it in the top 10. Top 100, we've got Meme Core up 40%, Zcash up 17%, Providence up 15%, Mantle up 15%, and Canton there up 14%. So those are the top 5 in the top 100 at the moment. Zcash there looking pretty good. What else there? Top gainers, we've got Sentiism AI in the top 1,000, Jelly My Jelly, and Impossible CloudNet. Those are currently trending, or at least top gainers, I should say, in the top 1,000. Trending at the moment, Midnight, Monad, and Fraser AI there. So those are kind of what's happening. We've got a couple of AIs there in the top gainers. Obviously a key theme for the cycle in particular, but probably for some time into the future. All right, so that's kind of where we are with the old crypto markets. Let's have a quick look. I don't know if we're going to see the stable coins there. It's going to just have a little look at that while we're here. Stable coins at the moment, $313 billion is the market for stablecoins based on this. So pretty cool. It continues to slowly climb. We got Rolf Kane in house there. Looking forward to that launch soon. Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, so let's jump over to the next section, which is, of course, me. Me. There we go. All right, so kind of cool. Don't forget to repost the show out as well while we're going. We're just picking up some pace here. We're starting to get some momentum. Now, one of the things that's going to be out later on today, and that is Monster Thread number 32, guys. Monster Thread number 32, Pulsechain's hottest news. And, of course, I know that MBS Crypto, the editor-in-chief, is working hard on that today. So that will be going out tonight. So exciting times indeed. All right, so let's get into the some of the news that's going. Actually, I was going to talk about this, so we might as well do it. And that is that the Fusaka upgrade on Ethereum that had a bug. Can you believe it? So yeah, that occurred on Epoch 411,392 at December the 4th at 21:49 UTC time. And the network missed 41 epochs as validated participation plummeted to 75%, resulting in approximately 382 Ethereum in lost proof rewards. So, some sadness there. Prism developers deployed emergency runtime flags before implementing permanent fixes, and of course fixed it up. So that was an interesting thing. If you weren't aware that the Fusaka had a bit of an issue there, but I think is up and running now. So let's go to page. Let's go to the middle page, middle screen, and we've got Pulsechain at the moment at day 947 on at the moment, and the price at the moment is quadruple 018, so quite weak. I think we can all agree. Not even holding the 2,000 line, and of course we're at down 6.25%, 18% of the mean sacrifice price. So a beautiful place zone to accumulate the Pulsechain. We've got Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0,145, in particular very weak, down 9.4%. One Pulse at the moment will get you 1.24 Pulsex, or 0.1 Pulsex will get you 0.81 Pulse at the moment. We've got incentive token at the moment, the buy and burn, I should say, 8.27% on the Pulsex at the moment. Incentive token, it is 72 cents, down 8.5%. So the biggest, second biggest loser, actually. Pulsex is the biggest loser, almost down 10% at the moment. Hex at the moment is at 3200th of a penny on Pulsechain, down 8.3%, and EHEX is at 1/10 of a penny again. Is it going to lose a zero? We'll see. But at the moment, we've got the combined price of EHEX and PX at 4200th of a penny. So pretty weak there on the Hex, but still in a strong accumulation zone. All right, let's go to the gas prices. 232,000 beats, 1/10 of a penny for a Pulsex swap, pretty much the same as yesterday. Validators 52,606. That's pretty similar to yesterday as well. And the bridge at the moment is 80.7 million. So that's down a little bit from yesterday. I think we were at 80.9. I think yesterday or something like that, or 81.2, somewhere in that ballpark. I think we're still down, of course, with the prices down quite a bit. So yeah, maybe we're at 81 point something, 81.2. It looks like we're probably down 500,000 there. Of course, EHEX dragging us down as well, included there. And funny enough, EHEX is just holding on over the $10 million mark, which is a little funny. How times have changed. Remember, we were up at 3/10 of a penny. That was our last sort of big pump on EHEX. That would have put us at 30 million. So we're down at 10. I don't know why I'm laughing, but that's the way. Now, we know that we've been down on ETH and DAI, and we've been down on USD Tether, but we've been up on USDC. And interestingly enough, Liberty Swap is aiming to get stable coins. They've got three things in particular I think they're trying to do before the end of the year. One of them is the product offering in terms of the cryptos, and that is obviously they've got wrapped ETH already on Railgun, but they're trying to get the USDC stablecoin added to that as well. So they're racing to do that before the end of the year. So pretty exciting. Obviously, they're doing cross-chain stuff as well. And also potentially we'll see if they get Tornado Cash up and running also. So, but really delivering some AAA products there. All right, so that's kind of where we are on the stables. Now, talking about stable, of course, we've got more liquidity forks coming, and so we're going to talk about that later on too. And we've got obviously yeah, we've got more liquidity forks. I'll talk about that when we get there. So stable coins area is also going to go under explosion on Pulsechain, regardless of what Richard Hart is doing. We've got teams that are building out stablecoin ecosystem, which is great. This is really, really great to see. All right, so that is the Pulsechain there. Let's get to the markets. Well, we're doing better in the volume, even though it's a Sunday, because I think Saturday we're only down 3.6 to 4 million in there. In fact, we did the live show. I think we had 3.6 million volume, which is pathetic. It was pretty bad. So we're at 5.1 million today on a weekend. That's kind of what we've kind of seen. Still on the low side. We were around about 6 million or so. But these are on low volume periods, right? So that's what I'm kind of averaging there. 315,000 in transactions at the moment. You remember earlier in the year, only 2 months ago, we were doing records at like 600,000 transactions, almost 2x the transactions. Remember that for a few weeks? That was pretty good. Anyway, the top performer at the moment, we've got Santa Pepe. Been around for 6 hours. It's up 1,700%, down 50% in the last hour, though. You love all these new token launches. Santa Pepe. It's actually quite a good idea, actually. Like this for a meme. But that is launched there. Hashtag be careful. No endorsement, of course. No endorsement. But that is the chart right now. All right. We got Soul Sun Mini Meal up 8%. And not surprising, they came out with a new video release only about 2 hours ago, I think. So not surprised to see that. Unfortunately, it's all in German and the subtitles are not there yet. So I haven't been able to listen to any of it. And even with subtitles, it's a little hard because, you're relying on accuracy. But that's obviously on the move following the Sun Mini Meal show from the CEO, Wolfgang. Now, as I understand, I don't know what was in the video, but our last understanding was that this was going to go to Solana, migrate to Solana, which is just another migration after all the 3 different upgrades we had earlier this year with the airdrops of new tokens, etc. So we'll see. It is a shame because obviously they've got a huge building treasury for the buy and burn, and that would all be coming on Pulsechain. This is a bit of a shame, really. Let's have a look at the big transactions. I'm just trying to think. We'll go to 2.5, and you can still see the buy and burns, I believe, still coming in here through there. So we have quite a bit of sellers in here, though, too. You got to remember, a lot of these are kind of got free kind of coins in many ways. They are part of the reward program, but they're kind of essentially kind of free in many ways. I mean, there's still, I guess, a commodity purchase cost, but essentially, it's pretty much money for jam. So probably got some large holders there. I can see a couple of sort of decent wallets there. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now on the weekly chart. That's the weekly chart. So you kind of bounced from 3.5 cents now, almost at 5 cents again. But like I say, I wasn't able to understand. I did have a quick look at the video, but I couldn't, pick up anything because I don't speak the Deutsch. I speak a few words, like Guten Morgen and just a few things like that, but not really, not really understand. All right, and not understand, not comprehende, not comprehended, no comprehension. All right, so that is the source Sun Mini Meal. It's a shame that it was one of the juggernauts. It was also an avenue to European investment firms. And, if we got Rack & Michelle in the United States, then we had Sword Sun Mini Meal into Europe. And that was beautiful, right? It was a beautiful thing. So I'll try, hopefully I'll try and get some understanding. I hope the subtitles come back. Anyway, we've got PDC to Grays there with the UFO pair up 2.8%. We've got staked Ethereum there, the fork up 2.3%, UFO paired with DAI up 0.75% there. Bria still holding up there after the run. Now this is getting exciting for the launch of Coin Marfet and presumably Coin Well coming up, and I believe Koinaki is still there at this stage. So I need to get some confirmation. Maybe I'll talk to one of my what do I call it, little birdies, and see whether they can give me some confirmation of that. In fact, I might do that today. But there's that 0003000 right now, having a nice little weekly pump. Going to the daily there, that's the daily, looking pretty good off the bottom. Still pretty low market cap, under 300k, and liquidity 29k there. Volume tapered off there, 8.5. Remember, it was doing about 17 yesterday that I looked when I was doing the live stream. It's 8.5 now. And the RSI there just chilling, didn't quite get to the overbought period, just chilling at about 65. So probably worth keeping on your radar there. It could all run away pretty quickly. We'll see. Now, obviously, we've got Ink Dollar there, just pretty much flat from Fast Abdul with the old liquidity fork there. Everything else is kind of in the money, out of the money, in the reds. and not as bad as Pulsechain though. We've still got some honourable mentions here. We've got Sparta. So Sparta, went for attendees. They're going to be coming up on one of the live streams from another channel. I just forgotten the Cabana Crypto, I think it is. Yeah. So they're going to have an interview with that on Wednesday. So you can check that out. Vouch there is down 2.2%. The big number one Pulsechain validator. Peacock, of course, around with Liberty Swap and the bridge and privacy through Railgun. That's all there too. Vault 369 at the moment, down 3%. We're going to be talking about that today from Fast Abdul, and so on. So this is kind of the bigger projects there. Now we're looking at the ones that are really down a lot today. Let's have a look at that. We got Unity down 20% there, broke that 10-cent mark, now 8.5 cents. We got Pulsechain down 18% there, tied into the Peacock, but that's not holding it up. So someone sold it down. Most Wanted down 18% as well. The second top meme coin on the RH memes after Liberty Swap Peacock. And we call it Peacock now. We got PTC the Grays after the release of the dashboard. Really bullish outlook videos from Prairie Banana. If you haven't checked those out, check them out. But that is out down. It's got sold down too today, down 13, 12, 13%. So I couldn't even keep that up, unfortunately, for that. Still a little. I still think it's going to do pretty well because it's the first DAO and it's really well set up. It's one of the biggest communities, but still a little question mark over still large holders and still the Vouch being a competitor to this. So I still haven't got around to looking into that, all those questions, but that's out there at the moment. Let us know your thoughts in the chat if you have any thoughts on that. Who else have we got? We got Sean in the house. Good to see you, Sean. Pray for Bondi, pray for the world. Hey, look, yeah. So the Jewish community there slaughtered in Bondi, unfortunately. It was all too obviously coming, Sean. As you would say, progressives are destroying the West and Islamizing the West. And as for 1400 years, the Islamists have taken over most of the world. Islamists now control 2/3 of the old Roman Empire. Didn't know that? So all the Christian Middle East and North Africa was all Christian. It was all conquered by the Islamists. And of course, their conversions by the sword or by babies, having lots of babies. So that's kind of the way it goes. And what they say, without lies, Islam dies. And hopefully the internet is providing some light upon those. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Now there was some good stuff there. Just watching 1,000 people run from the beach in Bondi, just crazy, right? I mean, this is talking about Australia, right? The lucky country, not so lucky now. And it's just like they call New Zealand the God Zone country. It's turning into Hell Zone because we've got secular progressives destroying the West. And this is the sort of stuff we're getting. And this is just going to be more and more and more of this stuff, by the way. They're just flooding the countries with more and more of these kind of people. So expect already our violence is up massive. It's a whole topic by itself. But we do pray for the victims' families, obviously. Hopefully the government that's actually doing it, the Labor government, the Liberals in Australia, they're the ones that actually made all this happen, all this violence, both day-to-day violence, let alone terrorist violence. Hopefully the people start to wake up a little bit because they're going to get more and more and more of it because these guys are crazy nut jobs. Anyway, it was a terrible thing, and we hope for some peace there for the families in some way. All right, we got Hook Row in the house there. Hey, everybody, good to see you, Hook Row. Welcome to the chat. We got Hex down under as well. Morning, Superman. Morning to you. Big shout out there. We've got some great people in the chat there. Morning all from Craig. Prayers for the people of Bondi, 100%. Hopefully we get some Christmas candles. Yeah, that's right. So we've still got a bit of time, don't we? We've still got a bit of time. We've got the countdown going on to the 25th, so 10 days or something like that on the countdown there. All right, so we'll keep a look out for that. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now with PTC. So question mark there, definitely worthy. Probably check out Prairie Banana if you want to see his opinion, but someone sold it down today. Love.io from Mr. Anderson down 10% as well. We haven't really seen much from that. That has lots of potential, but we haven't seen anything really materialize from that for Love.io yet. And I did do an interview with Anders from Love.io some time ago. All All right. What else we got going? That's pretty much it at the moment. Let's get into the main show of the show here, which we're going to talk about the upcoming projects. We're gonna have fun with this. I think we are. Don't forget to share the show out if you haven't read the repost. Repost there as well. Hex, who's got some comments here? Executioner's got a comment about Red Squirrel. He likes nuts. All right, cool. Let's move on. Let's go. Right, let's jump away here. So we're going to get into the main part of the show there. And now let's talk about all the projects that are coming, right? So all the projects that are coming. Let us know if I miss any major ones that you think are major. Let us know. All right, let's get to it. All right, so the first one is probably the most eminent one potentially is Coinwell from Rack and Rochelle. We've covered this a couple of times now, and they're going to have they've got quite a change in tokenomics for the. They're going to be launching. Launching Coin Mafia first before Coinwell, and so Coinwell is the big DeFi ecosystem, and it's going to have a liquidity fork as well. I talked earlier about the stablecoin. We have a bit of a stablecoin expansion on the old Pulsechain, which is great. But Coin Mafia launching first, which is a token launcher like Pump Fun or Pump Tires, but with superior tokenomics. Tokenomics do look pretty good. So we're looking forward to that. Now they're going to have referrals, and referrals are also going to be on for influencers, for community members, and they've also got a VIP list where they're going to give out some early referral links. So that's going to be pretty fun, and that will also help blow the account up. Make it a bigger deal. So that's going to be pretty fun. We saw a little bit of a sneak peek here with the website, with the UI. I'm going to actually expand this again. So this is coming up first, and presumably, I think they might just put Coinwell off. They're still doing final checks, I think, final stuff on Coinwell and potentially Coinaki, I think maybe the other one. And so that may end up floating into January, is my guess, for Coinwell and Coinaki. Now, I have to double confirm the Coinaki part, but that looks like the case. If they do a pre-Christmas launch, it would be quite of a shock, but I just feel like they want the market to be up, so they're probably looking at January for that. But Coin Mafia, the token launcher, could be launched very soon, most likely before Christmas. So potentially this week, right? Potentially. So Coin Mafia, they're the premier multi-chain launch token launcher pad. Create, trade, and launch tokens with bonding curves across all major EVMs. And you can see the website's pretty cool, right? The website's pretty cool. So you can see that they've got verified devs and KOL drops. So we've got people that on the Pulsechain that launch tokens all the time. Thinking of like Humpback and Goo God, and even probably in some ways indirectly at least B Roots and all those sort of guys. There's lots of different crews that are launching stuff all the time. But that's going to be pretty interesting. Verified devs as well, so that'd be pretty cool. And KOL drops as well, so that's kind of neat. They're also going to have obviously create a token, referral code, and apparently the referral codes are going to be handed out pretty, just a few of them, or at least starting off with one. So everyone's trying to hunt to be that one, and apparently Joshua Wu is the one handing that out. So that's some of the stuff that's happening at the moment. You're going to be able to filter by newest, market cap, most traded, most holders, and so on. So you hook up your wallet there. What else you got going there? KOL drops, exclusive token launches from verified crypto influencers. And I said to this last time, we've had a decent number of influencers in the Pulsechain community in particular launch tokens, but there's probably quite a few other large influencers that haven't launched one. Obviously, the Crypto Night Show hasn't done one, so out there. That's kind of the plan. So we'll see whether that causes a boom. So that is coming up. Could be this week. Could be. We'll see. They might be having a longer launch run up, but could be out. We'll see. If they don't put it out before Christmas, then the crypto market goes pretty quiet between Christmas and so let's say the 7th, or at least to the 10th of January. So it's not a good time to launch it. So presumably they would have to launch it in the next 10 days, so presumably this week. So we'll try and get the tabs on that. We've got Sandy in the house, have we? Hi, Superman and everybody. Good to see Sandy in the house. Woohoo! What else? I think that's it. We've got Sandy in the house. There we go. All right. Welcome, Sandy. Welcome. Merry Christmas to you. All right. So that is kind of some of the stuff that's coming out from them at the moment. They got a referral sneak peek, bringing a new referral system for Coin Mafia. DM Joshua Wu, why you deserve a spot. So they got an exclusive list. So exclusive lists, it's a very VIP kind of platform, and we've got the referral there, you can see. So that'll be pretty popular. Joshua Wu says, come, welcome there. So that is some of the stuff there. And then we've got Coinwell as the other heavyweight, and Koinaki, if it's still the same, what I think it is, then that could be pretty big too. But they are doing about 5 projects, and I think the other 2 are educational, as far as I recall. So thank you. Thank you very much, Sandy. All right, so that's kind of cool. Looking forward to that. That could be the next one. And Joshua Wu out there doing the marketing and outreach. And this project is between these two of them. So yep. Don't think Triple Dad is associated to this. So there we go. But you can see Joshua Wu doing lots of promotion, reaching out to a lot of influencers, which is a great idea. Great idea there. So he's reaching out a lot. I've seen some interesting replies, which has been pretty funny. So we've got a lot of that in there. What else? We've got this video mashup here with our poor friend here on the left, who's got himself in a bit of hot water. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. He's been doing a whole ton of video clips, which he's a bit of a comedian, right? So Joshua is a bit of a comedian, and he's been doing lots of promotional clips, probably around California, because I think he just moved to California. And so he's been reaching out with his little video clips. So little skits, we call them skits. In New Zealand, we call them skits. So he's got a lot of reach outs there. Should we play one of them? Let's play one of them. I'd find one that's particularly might be. We played that one the other day. Let's see. I thought there was a new one actually. Should we listen to this one? We'll listen to this one. This one was to B Roots. This one's to B Roots. So let's watch this one. So that's the kind of promos he's been putting out. There's another one. Might as well listen to another one too. All right, so they're obviously on the marketing train there, getting the influencers and the referrals and everything else out. So you can hit them up if you want to get involved. So that is the first one there we've covered from Rack and Rochelle, Joshua Wu, and that is Coin Mafia. It's coming pretty soon, possibly this week. Could be pretty crazy. No sound from who? So no sound from me. Oh, you couldn't hear the sound on the video. All right, because I haven't got the sound sharing. That's right. Let me play it again. Let me play it again there. Let me play that one again. I have to close it off. Let me come back. I'll have to reset it up. I can do the split studio, but we're just going to do it this way. Let me share that. I got to be careful with the old sound shares because I have feedback on it. But let's listen to that one. Sorry about that. My bad. All right, so let's watch this first one. Do I get out of here?
Do I have your attention now?
All right, so that was an example of one of the videos. So you can go check them out. He's got lots of little clips that he's been promoting out to different influencers, and that is Coin Mafia. Now, obviously, we've got Coin Mafia. Possibly could launch this week. I don't know. Well, at least within the next 10 days, maybe. Otherwise, they really are risking the lull time between Christmas and the 10th when people kind of come back from holidays. And so we'll see. But yeah, it could be sun, could be sun. They did say it was kind of imminent, but still not launched yet. But we've got the week ahead of us, so should probably launch this week. So we'll see. And then Coinwell, the big DeFi site coming after that, and potentially Coinaki if that's still a thing, which they know they're working on two others, finalizing two others. So I know that much because I saw Jen comment on it in the Rack and Michelle group. All right, the next one coming up, of course, before the 20th, and we know this has kind of got not 100% firm date, but pretty close. Let's call it 90% firm date, and that's True DeFi. And of course, True DeFi is going to be a very innovative kind of an index project, or what do you call it? Yeah, a bit of an index project in some ways. They're going to have systemic or system. Let's call it system miners, and everyone can go. So you can have retail miners. That's you guys if you potentially participate, and of course they're going to have system miners, and then they're going to have partnership miners. Now, partnership with projects that they would arguably be investing in. So they're going to take something like 14% of the pulse that goes in, and invest that in other projects. Presumably top tier projects with income revenues from those, like Emmett Farm, for example. And Vouch for another example they gave. So that's kind of the idea there. And so the idea is also that your miner does a 2x in pulse, and then I think it matures once that happens, and etc. So that's kind of the X system. Very innovative approach, and makes sense. And the approach makes sense. So we're reasonably optimistic about that. Could potentially be very large. Now the projects can be multi-chain. The project itself may go multi-chain in the future. And potentially they have other things in store in the future as well, but that is the protocol. So could be pretty big potentially. So we'll keep a lookout for it. And this is sort of something that potentially was needed on Pulsechain, not only to do 2x in Pulse, but also to have some sort of index kind of system that invests in top tier projects on Pulsechain that have particularly revenue generations, and you can feed that back into the system. So that's kind of a quick overview. We did an interview with the team about 4 or 5 days ago, I think it was now. Definitely go check that out. It was a great overview, really good session. We had a great time. And that's on the channel, on the Crypto Night Show, on Superman Crypto and Pulsechain X. You can watch that. And of course on X as well. You can go down the profile for the Crypto Night Show and check that out. So that's kind of coming, and you can follow all their socials and keep up to date with that. Neil Fatishia is, of course, a well-respected community member, one of the team for that, and they seem like a really great bunch of guys. So definitely well worth checking out. They got little educational videos and other things like that you can check out. So and they have been on other streams as well. So that was the stream that we did there, which was pretty cool. So you can go check that out. All right, so that is coming before the 20th is what we're expecting. So that's could be within the next 6 days, right? So within 5-6 days, that could be launching. So I think they were just doing one final check, and that could be good to go. All right, so that is the next one, is True DeFi with the True 2X project. There's no token for it, remember? So you are getting shares when you put your pulse in. You get shares and set up a miner and just hodl until 2X pulse. That's kind of the idea. All right, so could be a big project. It's going to be interesting. The next one, of course, is going to be huge as well. That is another liquidity fork, but not an ordinary liquidity fork. And that is a multi-chain liquidity fork from Fast Abdul. Obviously, he has successfully launched the inkprinter.com, which collateralized ink token and made a stable coin called Ink Dollar, Ink D. And of course, they have a printer token as well for the platform. So dual token system for liquidity forks. Now, Vault 369 is going to be something new. As far as I understand, is the first time a liquidity fork is going to be multi-chain and multi-collateral, which potentially means that its TVL could be really scaled. So will it be greater than the sum of the parts? We will see in terms of the chains, but it could be potentially pretty big. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Keep pretty optimistic. And how many millions will it create? That's the question, right? How many millions will it create? So we'll be looking forward to that. And of course, good promotion and marketing will be important if you're wanting to scale. If that's a goal to make it a big TVL, then promotion and marketing will be required I believe it will have referrals, I think, so that will be helpful too. And so, yeah, that's coming. A Vault 369 from Fast Abdul. He said soon. So is it going to be a pre-Christmas launch? Don't know at this stage. He hasn't really teased much about that. He's certainly been doing the occasional promotion of it on his posts. Obviously, he's pretty well connected in the Pulsechain community, but we're still waiting to see that. Now, the site, of course, is this one, Vault 369. The token is trading. The Vault is already trading. Fair launch on Pump Tires, I think it was, yeah. And but this is going to be a multi-chain liquidity. It's also going to have be the first project to arguably take in ProvX token. So that could be pretty exciting. So presumably it should be definitely, well, I don't say definitely, but before the 10th of January. And but yeah, maybe we'll get a pre-Christmas launch. We shall see. So we could have these three projects launching, and this one here could be potentially big. Now we want a big TVL project on Pulsechain. We want to continue to have top tier projects build up big TVL that values the chain up as well. So good luck there, and it will be multi-chain. Like I say, it's got at the moment it's got listed Polygon, Avalanche, BNB, Solana, Sonic, Pulsechain, and Ethereum. Kind of cool. So it's got all the big chains we saw in the Pulsechain the ProvX sacrifice too. 2 more weeks here, Sandy. 2 more weeks. Well, hopefully not. But we shall see. I'll keep a lookout for that. So that is Fast Abdul and Vault 369. Big multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork there with incorporating ProvX as well. And you can earn ProvX from that. So it's kind of cool. All right, so that is the third one. The next one we just found out about, and that is the Edge protocol from Power City. Now, as you guys know, there's another stable coin. So like I said, we've got a big stable coin expansion happening on Pulsechain, which is a good thing because we know that's one of the mega themes for crypto this cycle, right? There's the stable coin boom along with tokenization, right? Those kind of the two main ones. At the moment, we've got Edge, I guess AI as well, another big theme, right? AI, but Edge protocol launching soon on Pulsechain and Base Network. Woohoo! So dual chain, we've got thank you Abdul for the shout out. We appreciate you, fam. Stay tuned. So that's from Power City. Power City, of course, have got 2 liquidity forks already on Pulsechain. One for Hex and one for PulseX. So those are already running around and creating value. And now they're going to have a new one, which Fast Abdul happened to break down. Interesting that he broke it down and not the Power City, and kind of interesting. But we've got a new ETH-backed stablecoin is launching soon on Pulsechain and Base, built by the Power City team. Not mine. I'm just covering the tech because he's in it for the tech, right? He's in it for the tech. Look, wrapped ETH you'll be able to take wrapped ETH, your lock wrapped ETH, I should say, mint EUSD. So it's the new stablecoin at 0% interest. Immutable contracts, no admin keys, stake Edge, and of course earn a yield, wrapped ETH and USD fees in the system activity. Redefined redemption rules, so it looks like another liquidity fork but with some changes. Redefined redemption rules, and this is a new feature. Edge will add a powerful protection. Only addresses with an active vault can redeem EUSD for wrapped ETH. So that's the case. The only addresses with an active vault. Why this matters: stops bots from abusing redemptions, keeps redemptions from real borrowers, prevents drive-by redemption attacks, makes a peg defense smoother under volatility. A subtle upgrade with major stability benefits. Farming at launch. They'll be farming at launch. Edge and wrapped ETH. You'll be able to earn Edge and LP fees for both of those. EUSD as well for the stablecoin that they're issuing. Long tail incentives, rewards halve every 365 days. About 8 years of emissions. Early APRs should be wild with thin liquidity. Real incentives, real runaway, real opportunity. Now, the thin liquidity, of course, is being critiqued. So we'll see what that ends up being. But real incentives, real runaway, real opportunity. Now, for the fun part, Rich Hartz sits on a mountain of ETH. There's a bit of getting into speculation here. Last time I checked, around $700 million worth. For years, people asked, what is he ever going to do with all that ETH? Now, the question is, how much of the AA lobby ETH does Richard have as well under management? And, he's mentioned 1 million ETH that went through the AA lobby. I'm not exactly sure whether that was the exact amount, but there was a lot of recycling. I know people have done some analysis on that, but let's go to that number. How much of that does he still have? Because that could be, we're talking in the billions there, aren't we? So $3 billion, I think $3 billion, yeah, about $3 billion. So, for years, people asked, what is he ever going to do with all that ETH? What happened if one of the biggest ETH holders alive points even a fraction of it at an ETH-backed 0% interest immutable borrowing protocol on its own chain? What happens to EUSD liquidity? What happens to wrapped ETH demand, etc.? Now, obviously, Richard has put a bit of money on the Ethereum protocols on the Ethereum side, so I guess this is not out of the ballpark, even if it's not his own project. I am not saying he will. I'm not saying he will not. So yeah, we'll see. He has done a bit on the ETH side, so it's not impossible. ETH protocol and ESD are coming to Pulsechain soon, and if certain wallets ever decide to play, the story writes itself. And that is a little bit of a teaser of the UI, or user interface, on the old chain, on the old protocol. So ETH protocol there, dashboard, risky vault, redemption. So this will be on base chain and the old Pulse chain. We're using wrapped ETH, and you can see it's got the Edge token, which will be the main protocol token for it, and of course the stable coin itself that you put your wrapped ETH EUSD out, so forth. So that is coming as well. It's another stable coin there, and it also have LP incentives to kick it off. So that is the first image. I think we've got two though, haven't we? We've got two images there. Can you see that one? Yeah, I think you can. I think there's a second one though. Well, there was a second one here. Oh no, that's just that one. It's just that one there. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Is that even bigger, that one? I think it is bigger. So yeah, you can see someone put in staking LP here. Is it the one I got? Yeah. What else? They got the wrapped ETH price up, the USD Edge price, trading pairs. Use the below buttons to buy Edge and add liquidity for PulseX. Wallet features. Add to those assets to your wallets. Edge wrapped ETH LP staking, so it's all there. You can stake in there. You can farm Edge by staking your PulseX Edge and wrapped ETH LP tokens. So you provide liquidity, you can put the LP tokens in and earn yield, extra bonuses. It's also got the global statistics here as well. There's obviously testnet stuff and the collateral ratio there. All right, so that is coming up, guys. So another modified liquidity fork there coming from Power City. That'll be their third one. And it's going to be on Pulsechain and base, attracting wrapped ETH, right? So bridge over the wrapped ETH through, what was it, Liberty Swap? Get in there or something like that. Is that what's going to happen? We got my lady in the house there. Reposted the stream. I appreciate that, but thank you so much. That's really awesome. And so that's going to be right now on the old protocol. So yep, that is the next liquidity for Edge. So we've got two more stablecoin projects, which is great. I mean, we want a good suite of that. I mean, it really helps a lot. That will take us to and if we include Coinwell, that will take us to 7 liquidity forks as far as I'm aware. So that would be on Pulsechain. So we'll go from 4 to 7 potentially by the new year. That would be pretty neat. So kind of cool. And we're getting some multi-chain action as well, because as you guys know, the future of crypto is multi-chain, and Pulsechain wants to be able to position itself well for value transfer. All right, so we like that. So keep up good work there. All right, so that's continuing on. So that's another heavyweight, potentially big TVL project as well. We want to build these TVL projects to layer them on to build out the TVL. And then when people talk about Pulsechain, they go, hey, look, they got all these liquidity forks, all these TVL projects, stable coins. It's just more good stuff to talk about rather than just, hey, look, it's just a pump and dump chain. Look, all the dead thing. That's always going to be part of the chain, but you want to build up your DeFi, DeFi honor or something, DeFi profile. Looking good. All right, so that is kind of cool. We've got more stable coins coming. We're going to talk about that. So the next one coming up, of course, is a different team altogether, Signum. And of course, Stu is the dev of Signum. But we've also got related to Signum is Tetra. So Tetra is coming out first. We now have a launch date for Tetra. So that is between Christmas and New Year's. And that is for Tetra. Tetra is going to be a pretty revolutionary technology in the blockchain space. So we're really pushing the boundaries there on Pulsechain. And it's taken a couple of years to put together. Of course, there's been some vision changes about that. We moved from Web 3 to downloadable, all that sort of stuff, and so this got a lot of complexities in it. So that's presumably why it's taken so long. But it is. We saw a little demo a couple of weeks ago. That was a bit of substantiation that it was actually coming this time, and now it's exciting because we have a deadline for a date which is between Christmas and New Year's. We are going to get one more launch notice leading up to that, so that's pretty cool. and that is going to potentially change a lot of stuff. And obviously, the more users, the better. But it will basically democratize the blockchain, as I understand it, where people don't have to be a programmer, and you'll be able to use nodes and connectors to connect up, blockchain contract functions and all sorts of stuff. Now, there's obviously always a bit of logic and intuition and conceptualization that take place, but that's where the innovation, that's where the boom happens. So we could see the community use that really cleverly. We could see development teams use that, interact with that really, really well. And we could also see influencers on live stream use it for all sorts of things, where they could use for content and potentially DeFi or MemeFi or everything else they got it going. Things, for example, limit orders. You could set up your own limit order structure. Presumably, you could probably even set up some sort of trading bot type of setup. So all sorts of things that potentially could be used, as far as I'm aware. And it's going to be using the old nodes and connectors. So if you're used to 3D software, if you've ever done any of that, like Blender's a free download. And if you're going to do any like colorization or animations that they have, these node and connectors, which basically link up all the different functions and things to make you able to do cool stuff, basically. So that's kind of the idea. So Tetra is coming, fantastic, and that's going to open up a lot of other innovation. It's going to be frontier stuff, technology on Pulsechain, really great, and that will be downloadable to your desktop pretty much. So that's kind of the idea. And then following that, we're going to have Signum launching soon after. That was the update from Stu, and soon after means probably early January is my guess. So let's just say within that 2-week time frame of January. Could be the next day. Could be. We'll see. But of course, maybe a couple of days later. So let's say within a 2-week window, early January, and that's my assessment there. But the formal date for Tetra is Christmas to New Year's. So that's kind of the play there. Signum will be our second big oracle on Pulsechain, and it's the one that we need for PUSD ALGO, which we're about to talk about next. So those two projects looking good for end of this year for Tetra, and beginning of the new year in January there, probably first half, probably most likely for Signum Oracle, having our second Oracle on Pulsechain, big deal. Lots of teams can use that. So the other Oracle, of course, was set up by Liquid Loans, called Fetch Oracle. And those are the public oracles that we have on Pulsechain. And of course, there are tokens for each of these projects, right? Tetra and etc. So people can buy and sell those. And if you are going to be getting in the Signum, of course, they have Oracle Reporters, which is a potential revenue stream there for people that want to provide price data and non-price data, as I understand it. I think also Signum will possibly have tools like random number generators, I believe. So I'm not 100% on that, but I think that might be the case. So that's going to be pretty powerful. Now, obviously, a lot of project teams end up building, if they need it, internal oracles. So there's a few of those running around. But generally people want to have a global oracle where like Tala or things like that. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So that is coming up, those two projects. So two more. So we're up to 6 projects. Is it 6? Yeah, 6 projects there that I've mentioned, all pretty big heavyweight projects on all of those. So I think the first two maybe, are probably Coin Mafia is going to get a lot of support there. So we can check that. Could be really a big boom. Could end up dominating the whole space because of the new tokenomics in there. Now, what's the other one? True 2X. Will depend on user adoption, but the setup's pretty good with the partner program. I think that partner program could be some of the secret sauce there to expansion. They've all got 20 teams already interested in True 2X, so that could be pretty exciting. So apart from that, we've got some pretty heavyweight protocols coming over the next, just into the beginning of January. So that's what I'm saying. There's pretty awesome. Those are 6 projects so far. That leads us on into Jacob, of course, arguably the world's best peer-to-peer developer on Pulsechain. We're kind of lucky to have him. So he's working on 3 projects at the moment. Of course, Mafia, which is a big game that is getting pretty close to full launch with the killing side of things, the killing feature. So Mafia game. Let's have a look at the Mafia website. I haven't looked at it for some time. I'm not sure if I've got it on here actually. Do we have it on here? We've got the Mafia token, so that should lead us to the website. So this is the Mafia token on the old Pulsechain. That's the chart right now. Obviously, it's a pre-launch, so the market's just sort of been selling into that volatility. Let's go have a look at the website, and we can have a look at that. So So this is the Mafia game. They've got new players. They've changed the website since I last looked at it from the looks of it. Is this the right game? Am I on the right site here? Yeah, I'm on the right site. So yeah, they've changed the UI, so that's kind of cool. Oh, it looks like killing is now available now. So it looks like actually they should start there. I'm not in the Telegram group, so a little bit blind to that. So we've got changed the UI quite a bit there. Start earning now. Is that the killing? Did they start skilling? Yeah, I think they said. So they got videos there. They got the launch there. BNB Pulsechain. Now Base Chain and Monad Chain are coming up apparently, pending. $500,000 in the vaults. What else they got there? June Analytics, Discord, Telegram, X, and let's go for the X game updates. Let's see if there's any updates on those. Scroll down here. 6th of November. Keep on Mafia. There's not really a lot of communication here on X, but there is on Telegram. I think that's the main place they sort of do updates. So that is out there about now. I don't know if there's what else. Roadmap update changes. Let's have a look at the update log. Let's see if they've got anything around here. Add a referral system. That was back on the 11th of June. No real recent updates here. So I don't know if the killing actually has started. I'm just saying that here, but let's go new player. They got new players. So that is ramping up there. We got a little. Where was the other one there? Updates. Documentation. Let's go to documentation. That would probably be the best place. So yeah, it doesn't look like they have got killing yet. So official launch is still there. They've got a new category called Rebirth. They're often changing and adding new launch phases. So they've still got that going there. So Rebirth. What's this one? 7 days to make your decision or account dies forever. Vault requirements. Well, they've met the vault requirements of Pulse, but not BNB yet. But they must be getting pretty close. And the official launch there. A deployment of contract functions, they'll kill each other. So that doesn't look like that's available yet. So that's the kind of play. So that's the Mafia game. So it's getting there. And the other one was, of course, the on-chain bet, right? So on-chain bet. Now, we had an update for on-chain bet, and I might go through that one more time, but that is coming up too. This is not going to be launching in December from the looks of it, because they're going to testing. We'll have live testing instead with a fake token. That's kind of where they're heading there. We got X Money in the house there. Hey, Superman. Hey, good to see you, X Money. Welcome to chat. Sandy Beach says, I'm looking forward to Signum. Yeah. Get your tokens, Sandy. Get them in the stake them, whatever, in the reporter. Yeah. So on-chain bet, of course, is also coming, but it's going into testnet phase. The token claim, the original one is finished. I think they've still got the legacy claim, so the late claim. We covered that on the final day, so it was good I picked that up on the right day. Some people went in to try and claim, which is hopefully good. They're going to have the bridging. They're going to have lots of DeFi, around this on-chain bet. There's going to be a decentralized casino. This is going to be about as advanced as it gets in the world. There's going to be decentralized, and we know that Jacob has and it's probably got 60 or so smart contracts running on Mafia, maybe more. And so that's a lot, right? That's like a mega lot. And for on-chain bet, you'll have a lot too, there's no doubt. So it's pretty exciting. Now the games are going to be on testnet coming up, so that's pretty cool. They can have on-ramp, right? So you can have all these sort of features on-ramp. They can have a bridge, OC bridge. This is using CCIP technology, I believe. So they're going to be able to interact with multiple chains. They have the token. They're going to liquidity provision, affiliates, right? So they have affiliates there, etc. So that's just a demo, of course. And then the games. I'm not sure if they've got any. Have they got any showcase on the games coming up here? I'm not sure if they got any indication. Oh yeah, so there's a little. I mean, this is not the games, but they got a few ideas of a roulette, crash game and things like that. They're gonna have lots of games though. Lots of games on here, and people will be able to, I think, maybe own them and participate in them or something like that. We'll see. But that is coming up, and so that's going to test phase. So that's probably a game for the new year. Let's say, let's argue that it might be late January, February. Let's say this is a guesstimate. I mean, how long does it take to test these things? A couple of weeks? I don't know. Let's go. So that's the play there. So Mafia game getting pretty close to final launch, on-chain bet coming up, and this is going to be multi-chain. It's going to be a big deal too. Multi-chain, big decentralized casino, probably the first true one in the world, and that's going to be ongoing concern. That is, and that's going to be pretty cool. So that is coming up, and of course the big one, of course, coming up, the flagship as far as Cult DeFi and myself are concerned, is the PUSD ALGO stablecoin. So we talked about the liquidity forks. Looks like we're going to have at least 7 by the time we get to the new year. Well, PUSD ALGO potentially after Signum launches, potentially early January, then PUSD ALGO could potentially launch in, let's say, March next year. I'm just going to give it a couple months after the Signum Oracle comes out. That will be see how it operates the first week or two, I guess. Reporters ramping up, and then we should get an update on PUSD ALGO. That's what Jacob said. So what Jacob said about that. So we could get an update there of PUSD ALGO, and that would be our first, algorithm stablecoin. Basically, as close as you can get from some sort of hybrid. It's still going to have collateralization in it, at least for the underlying token. But it's going to the secret source is really miner bots. They have done some 2.0 version. We haven't seen it yet, but little teasers that they've got some new technology, potentially some alignment, and potentially with the Genius Act, which we know is going through the regulator at the moment, to probably maybe launch next year, maybe between May and June somewhere if we're lucky. But PUSD ALGO there could be a huge deal and potentially be very scalable in terms of issuing a lot of coins, because you don't have the collateralization is not holding it back as much, because it's a bit like Terra Luna. You buy the token and then you can issue heaps of stable coins and just keep scaling that way. Now they'll be relative to the size of Pulsechain, but this is probably going to be multi-chain too. I think this PUSD ALGO that's going to be probably one of the surprises, that this will be multi-chain. It won't just be Pulsechain, and that's bullish. That's even more bullish, particularly if you sacrifice for PUSD ALGO. And so yeah, very excited about where that could be. Now the other side of it, of course, which Jacob hasn't really mentioned much anymore, is the collateralization aspect. So I don't know whether he's doing some changes there, but obviously if ETH goes up in value and gets rallied into January, February, that would bode very well for PUSD ALGO from the collateral point of view. And you need the collateral under the 1.0 model for setting up all the liquidity pairs, right? So ALGO and PUSD, and of course the incentive token on there as well. I think it's called Flex. Was it Flex? Something like that. Anyway, so that is in play right now for PUSD ALGO, and of course we're hyper bullish about this. I think this really could be really huge, not only for Pulsechain, but also another stamp of frontier technology in crypto that's on Pulsechain. So you can see a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about. These projects have got a lot of innovations, and some of them are even first in crypto. So it's really cool. And a big theme has been then the multi-chain. So this is the big juggernaut, and we're looking forward to it. Maybe if everything goes well, Signum launches early January. We get an updated roadmap for PUSD ALGO. Hopefully Jacob doesn't take too long with it as well. I mean, the community's already waited a long time. So hopefully once these prerequisites get ticked off, that he can move fast on that. Now we know that he's hired a team that's been building this out all year. So hopefully, just hook in the Signum Oracle, give a nice clear roadmap, give, some time for marketing, maybe 6 weeks or whatever. I don't know, but just a decent time, and then and get that going. Now, how will this be integrated with his other projects, Mafia and on-chain bet? Well, we'll find out, I guess. The other thing is that this was originally, at least under the 1.0 version, was going to have a V3 DEX. Now we know that there's a big space in the DEX market on Pulsechain, because at the moment we only have Pulsex and 9mm. So there's actually quite a big we have a lot of smaller little pool markets, but actually we only have 2 major DEXs, and then we have the 2 balancer forks, right? Which are adding additional stuff. We don't talk much about that because it's not really tied into the DEX screener when we do our top 100 trending, but that extra volume's there as well. And so there's quite a bit of space there in the DEX market, and this could end up paying into that too. So that could be really nice. So and that could actually build out really well, and also support the other protocols that Jacob's doing. So fingers crossed, this could be huge too. And of course, you can still sacrifice for this project. One of the last, is it the last sacrifice? One just about. Well, we got Prevex out there now, so that could be pretty fun. All right, so that's pretty much it on that. That is the Pulse one. So we got quite a few there. How many did I talk about altogether? So we talked about we got up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Was it about 11 projects that we just covered? I think so, something like that. All right. All right. I was counting before, but I lost count. Maybe it's 10 or 11. It's 10 or 11. It's definitely about 10 or 11. And there's all top tier, all innovative, all of significant potential TVL and use for the blockchain. All of them adding to Pulse being used, so more demand on the blocks in the block space, on more fees for the validators, more buying and burning for PulseX or whatever DEX is, in that sense. So it's all these projects are going to feed the demand on Pulsechain. So that's the sort of the big picture as well. And of course, this is just over the next, arguably the next 4-5 weeks. So it could be really fun, guys. And of course, also some of these projects also pulling in capital from other chains, which is pretty awesome too. All in the background, we've got Liberty Swap building out this privacy and the Tornado Cash and ramping up the stable coins and all this good stuff sitting in the back infrastructure with oracles coming. See, I mean, like the picture of Pulsechain's getting a lot better without even putting aside Richard Hart stuff with ProveX and Magic Art Ride and all that. It's we've got a lot of cool stuff happening on the old Pulsechain. So it's just a matter of accumulate the bottom while we're here. If we've got large accounts selling down, take their coins. Say thanks very much for coming. And we see the vision coming up for the old Pulsechain. All right, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's get into the bit of a Christmas cheer just to finish the show off. We're up to an hour, 1 hour here at the moment. So we've got 11 days to Christmas here, or we're almost down to 10 days, aren't we? But this is from Kairos, of course. He's been running this really fun Christmas project, Saint Richard of Pulsechain. Now, you don't have to believe that Richard's a saint or not. It's up to you. I'm not really into the saints, but it's certainly a bit of fun, right? Bit of fun. There was a competition for 5 million SRH tokens. And amazingly, I ended up winning. I couldn't believe that. It's the first time I ever won any of these things, ever. Honestly, I've been streaming for 6 years. First time I ever won any of these. But a big shout out to Pulsechain and AJ Rip City. And so there we go. That is hilarious. So ended up winning. I couldn't laugh. I just laughed at myself actually winning that. It was kind of funny. But that's in play. And of course, there are other competitions coming up. Airdrops as well. If you get into the Telegram, there's airdrops. I've got a link for that, so we might as well post that link but finish the show off. But let me find a link because I can't remember where it is at the moment. St. Richard Hart, let's get the link. Get link. I think it's called just get link in the Telegram there. It's a lot of fun in there, and you get yourself. If you hit up Kairos, and when you get in there, when you join up, hit up Kairos and say that Superman sent you. And he will automatically, and this is where the fun starts, he'll automatically put you in the nice list, not the naughty list. He should have a naughty list, honestly, but nice list, and you'll be able to get into there and start earning airdrops with SRH tokens. So that is the link there to join up. We got yay from Sandy, absolutely. We got X Money, hey Superman, I like that one, and we got some party poopers there, party poppers. So that is the link there. Join up today. Now I'll put that also on the X as well. So let me go on down to the stream and join all of the fun. So if you like a bit of fun and Christmas cheer and airdrops and things, competitions, and they've also got arcade games, daily lore. So every day there's daily lore coming out. So it's kind of neat. Join all the fun. I guess all the Xmas fun. Or Pulsemas fun. I would just call it Pulsemas fun. That's kind of fun. Pulsemas fun. And airdrops, etc. No, not etc. You never write etc. Right? All right. So that is kind of cool. Join all the Pulsemas fun and airdrops with the Saint Richard Hart. All right. That is it, Kim. All right, so should we put some Christmas stuff on there? Let's do it. I don't know why we're going crazy right now. Let's go. Should we? Let's just leave it. That's fine. This is this. I don't have to get all too fancy. So that is if you're watching the live stream underneath X, you can go and check it out. All right, so very cool. Hope you guys have enjoyed all that. Join up to St. Richard Heart. Let them know that Superman sent you. That's Kairos. He's the one that's the founder of Emmett Farms and Konji and other farms, doing an amazing job. A Rip City in house there. Let's go. What's up, Kryptonite peeps? Big shout there, AJ. Hey, AJ, you were the one. You won the prize as well. That was amazing. So congratulations to you. You were on the list there. AJ, congrats, and congrats indeed. What else there we got there? We got the hands from Sandy Beach. Good to see you, Sandy. I can imagine you, Sandy, doing the artwork. I bet you've done that. You're probably sitting at your cottage, sitting at the beach, probably looking over the beach is probably the case because Sandy Beach, and then you probably get your paint out. And you're probably on the deck. Put your paint, your picture out. So pull out your paint and you get your hands and you put your hands in the paint and then you put them on the picture and you're looking out at the beach and you're making little beach. I bet you're doing that. I bet this is true. All right, so Sandy Beach in the house, everybody. Sandy Beach were just like, what on earth is he talking about? She goes, of course I've done that. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Now in 6 minutes on the live. It's been fun talking to you guys. The Monster Thread number 32 is coming out later today. Pulsechain's hottest weekly news, and look forward to that. Yeah, man. Thank you, St. Richard Art, says AJ. Haha, yes, says Sandy Beach. I knew it. Hashtag photos. I don't know, Sandy, have you already done a full reveal? We know that you've done pictures of your hair. She's got the most amazing Goldilocks hair, which is perfect for Sandy Beach. But let us know. Thank you, Executioner. Great show as always. I appreciate that. All right, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And of course, if you're on X, hit the follow button. I really do appreciate all your support. And of course, we covered about 10 or 11 big projects coming up at the moment. There are a lot of other projects out there. So if you're out in the project team, you're going to launch, hit me up or hit MBS Crypto up as well. We also obviously help with promotions. So that's kind of play. All right. Build it and they will come until they don't come. And then you need the Kryptonite Show. All right. Take care, everybody. Catch you later on. Bye for now. I got to jump ship here. The ship is sinking. It's a Titanic. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.